So today I want to talk about delusions. Delusions, what are they? It's an idiosyncratic belief or impression that is firmly maintained despite being contradicted by what is generally accepted as reality or rational argument. Basically, it's a belief that you hold in your heart of hearts. No matter what evidence somebody can give to the contrary, you're unshaken in your belief. It can be a symptom of mania or psychotic depression, but it's most common in like schizophrenia. I suffer from delusions from time to time. I don't know if I'm delusional right now. Delusional people never think they're delusional. So they range from bizarre to non-bizarre, mood congruent, or mood neutral. The bizarre ones are impossible, unfounded, out of nowhere kind of, and then the non-bizarre ones are ones that are technically possible, though very unlikely. Some of the delusions that I've experienced when I was working, I had this delusion that my coworkers were out to get me. That would be like, it'd be possible, but it doesn't really make sense. There's this absolute conviction that comes with being delusional. It doesn't really matter what you say. I'm not sure exactly how to break a delusion. I'm not sure. I've just been delusional, and then all of a sudden the delusion sort of went away on their own. I'm not really sure how you can fight a delusion, because you probably don't even know you're delusional. I don't know if I'm delusional about anything right now, because delusional people don't know they're delusional. And you can't reason with a delusional person. They don't listen to facts. It's a different way of thinking. Your mind is thinking differently. The most recent delusion that I've experienced that I knew was a delusion was the delusion I had earlier this year, for the first few months of this year, that my family would be better off without me, to the point where, you know, I overdosed, and I thought that that's what my family needed. They needed me to be gone, and they would be so much better without me, and I felt that way for months. That's like congruent with like being depressed. When you're depressed, you get all these notions like, oh, I'm a burden to my family, they'll be better without me, they'll get over it, it'll be fine, this is helping my family. The most common delusions are persecutory delusions. You feel like people are out to get you. With me, it was, I thought my coworkers were out to get me, I thought my doctors were out to get me, I thought that they were trying to poison me with the medicine. I thought my medication was evil, to the point where they had to like hold me down and force it into my mouth, because I wouldn't take it otherwise, and that would have just made everything worse. Taking antipsychotics helps. I don't think I'm delusional right now, and I'm taking my antipsychotics. Another delusion that I'm still kind of having trouble breaking, I'll admit, is what the Vibrance and I refer to as the plan, which is essentially I have to do something that changes the world, and then I have to kill myself. I'm not sure why, I just know that's the plan, and I don't want to, but I feel like I have to, and it's so weird, because I tell myself that no, I deserve to live, but that's not the plan, you know? I have like a rational mind and an irrational mind living in my head right now, and it's like, on one level, I do feel like I have to die. Like that's what I believe. Another delusion would be delusions of reference. So I'd be watching the news and think that they were speaking to me. I would think that, not just like, oh, it's fate, like seeing signs, but I thought I was seeing signs just everywhere that I had to die. Something would happen, and I would equate that to, oh, well, that happened because of the plan. Another one is, I thought I was infected with bugs, and it got to the point where I would like scratch myself, and I had cuts all up and down like my arms and my back, because I thought there were bugs that were gonna crawl into my ear and then get inside my brain and then control my thoughts, and I thought my thoughts weren't my thoughts. I thought somebody had planted thoughts in my head. Another one I get is, I get kind of paranoid. I'm not sure if this would be delusion or paranoid, but when people laugh, I assume they're laughing at me. When I was working, I would go to my boss, like they would just be talking about anything, I don't know, and I'd be like, are you talking about me? I always think people are talking about me, you know, and that's something I still deal with. I try not to voice it because I don't want to seem crazy, but when people are laughing, I assume they're laughing at me, and they always say, no, of course not, but it's like, they're not gonna tell me that they're laughing at me. It's tough because I'm trying to explain this rationally, and this isn't rational. It's like I have two minds. It's like my mind is split. My mom thought people were after her in her final moments. She was trying to chase something or someone away, and she was telling them to stop following her when she killed herself. So I think that that might be one of the reasons why I'm prone to delusions. I usually only get delusional when I'm in like a high stress, what I would consider high stress. Like when I was working, I became so delusional about my coworkers and even some of the customers. I thought they were laughing at me, I thought they were talking about me. It was a really bad place because I didn't know I was delusional. I was just really paranoid all the time. But stress makes it so much worse. Like, I'm glad now. I really don't think I'm delusional now. And I equate that to living a very low stress life, even if it means that I can't work just yet. You know, I'm not delusional and I'm not really hearing many voices, but stress makes it so much worse so quickly. Another delusion that I'm also trying to break, because I know it's not true, is that all children are molested. That's just not true. But it was something I told myself to try and cope and get through it because everybody seems normal. And I guess I thought, well, everybody went through it. And everybody's fine, so you'll be fine. That's just not the truth, but it was a comforting lie that I tell myself. I know that's not true. You have this absolute conviction that it is the truth, and I don't know how to break it. Another one is that I think that I'm fat and ugly. Like, that's something I really believe. But like, logically I have to tell myself, you know, I'm not that ugly. But I still, when I look in the mirror, I hate what I see, you know. And then if you compare me to like another person, I'd be kind of average, you know. I'm not huge, but I feel huge, and I look at myself in the mirror, I see a really fat person. Like, I'm not overweight, but I feel like I'm overweight for myself, and I don't look good, and that's something I'm dealing with. I don't know if you'd call that a delusion though, because it's true. Another delusion that I experience rarely though is just this feeling of being super powerful. I get that way when I'm manic. You become creative and you're inspired and you feel like you can do anything, and that can be dangerous because you'll do stuff like drop out of school and just stuff that you're not supposed to just do. But when you're manic, I guess it makes sense. I know people throw around the term like delusional or delusions of grandeur or whatever, but you know, it really happens to people like me. And like I said, I don't know how to get out of delusions. I just know that I take my antipsychotics every day and just hope that I don't become delusional. If I am delusional right now, I don't know. I know I get delusional. I'm prone to delusions just like I'm prone to hallucinations. But being stressed out makes it so much worse. When I was doing more stressful stuff, like I was in school and studying, that just made me so delusional. I thought everybody was out to get me, to the point where I felt threatened and I wanted to attack them. And I almost attacked them because I thought they were going to get me. In my head, I was protecting myself. Schizophrenics aren't particularly dangerous people, but if you feel threatened, you might act accordingly. You're not playing with a full deck, you know, you're not thinking the way you should. So yeah, that's my experience with delusions. Let me know if you guys have ever dealt with any delusions. Am I delusional? I want to know. Like, I feel sorry for you if you've had any experiences with delusions, but if you have, I do want to hear about it, so let me know in the comments. And subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed. I'll try and make more schizophrenia videos. I feel like I've been moving away from that and talking mostly about my anxiety, but that's because my anxiety is really bad. I hope you like this video. It was kind of all over the place. I tried filming it yesterday or the day before, and the audio was all messed up, so I'm trying to do this again. Before I forget, the biggest delusion that I've ever had, like the most prominent one, was for the years and years and years, when I thought I was talking to aliens. I thought I was talking to aliens. I realize now, you guys helped me realize that because you guys are awesome, that they were kind of just different parts of me. They were like, it's my brain making me hear these voices. I'm not listening. I thought I could hear them and they were like from space and they were in my head. But now I know that the brain is just capable of so much, to the point where I can hear things that aren't there, and I can see things that other people don't see, and all that is my brain. I thought I was talking to aliens, but I realize now that that was just a delusion.